All right, guys, welcome back. So TSLA Tesla, we still have about 30 minutes. November 21st, $340. Identical price action, pretty much doing almost what I was saying, that it will be burning premium for a few weeks and then maybe get going closer to Christmas. So what I'm looking here at is the 30-minute chart. You can see this is yesterday. These are like 4 trading sessions. Let me switch to daily chart. It's a lot easier to look at it that way. So you can see last 4 or 5 trading sessions. Last time we talked about this one, probably somewhere around here. And then we were expecting this move a little bit, but I thought it would pop Friday and then it would chop on this in this area like this, and then maybe catch a bit closer to Christmas, where we have, if again, it is not guaranteed, but historically market tends to melt up into year end. But again, it is not guaranteed. Okay, you don't know what's going to happen. But so far, market is pretty much in a chill mode. If you take a look at the volume as well for TSLA, exactly what we were talking about, this stock. Look at the volume for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, at least trading sessions. But after going parabolic like this, identical situation. I mean, again, I'm repeating myself, but if you're first time here, I have talked about this, doing this shenanigans, especially after going up in a very short period of time. It has happened right here in the past. It has happened everywhere, basically. But does it have to run into the year end? No, it doesn't have to. I think this stock can get going, without any catalyst for sure. We know that there are shorts in it still after this huge short squeeze. And I think that this is looking like a pretty decent inverse head and shoulders. If you want to look at it, like this is a big head, you have shoulders, and we did break out right now, and then a little bit of a back test maybe, and then push towards these resistance levels of 2021 and 2020, probably these levels right here, where we have a next resistance. I don't know why I have 360 as a resistance, but I would be watching 360, 380, and then 400. All-time high print, $414.50. We remember all that. This is where like Elon was dumping pretty big, and he had to dump here a lot too, after especially buying the Twitter, I believe. But anyhow, thank you for what you did. But in terms of price action, this is identical. You can see, the average true range for TSLA, I was talking about like daily range, right? So my settings for average true range is 12 days. I think in any people's case, 12 days. And for TSLA at the moment, it's like $16 because it's still a little bit elevated, but it should go back to its range of like a $12 or so, $17. So average range, because the last 4 trading session, especially this week, it's been getting smaller and smaller. The range was getting smaller and smaller. Volume has been dropping, and almost, well, we have Thanksgiving, right? Next week. It's a short week. It will be another low volume week for these large caps, okay? So your small caps can do whatever they want, but large caps, it will be premium burning mode. So you got to be careful if you're somebody who's trading like large caps during this time. You can go back as a reference to last year's price action and just have an idea of what the stock has done historically. Of course, it can definitely move, but my expectation is a whole lot of range bound. You can see what it has done last year. Of course, It did have a little bit of a bounce as well last year in the beginning of maybe first half of November. And as soon as we approached that week of basically Thanksgiving and first week of the December and second half of December, usually you see a little bit of a move. And that's exactly what it did. Of course, it didn't move crazy because last year, I believe Tesla was not. Let me see on a yearly actually. What was the performance? Yeah, it was performing really great actually last year. So identical price action I'm expecting. You can see the yearly close looks like highest yearly close we had was 352, and we're hovering around these levels actually 340. So market cap still 1 trillion, but that's my expectation going forward for TSLA. If it moves, my support resistance area will become the moving averages, short-term moving averages. So far you can see this gray line right here, this moving average is the 5-day moving average. As long as it trades above it, I am neutral to bullish. Can it get going to the upside? Absolutely. But to the downside, I would be watching 20-day moving average. 50 days pretty far outside. I mean, I don't know what can happen to hit Tesla down this much at this point. I think I'm going to be watching this name to the basically neutral sideways price action and maybe slightly upside. But if it comes down to these 313, that would be 310, 313, very recent bounce area. That's my area of support. As a resistance, I mean, looks like 345, 347 has been acting as a resistance so far. But if it gets going, well, we have, again, 370. That's what I would be watching in terms of price levels. But I think it can stay in this range, $10, $15 range for the rest of next week as well. So basically, for the rest of November, that's my expectation. Again, if anything changes, we can definitely come back, take a look, update what's going on. But if you take a look at the option activity as well, I mean, there's a lot of premium selling is going on because all of the premiums being traded almost to the call side. You can see 60% deltas between 0 to 40, and then almost 70% the puts are same thing, 0 to 20. So very far outside. So that means market, I mean, Tesla is still has elevated implied volatility, and market is still wants to take advantage of it because they know like that slow week ahead and it can just burn premium. Just like we talked about NVIDIA, which can do identical situation, identical thing. And it's just after reporting earnings, it did a little bit of a swing up and down because, I mean, market makers had to unhedge where people monetize their calls and puts or just close them out, panicking where, I mean, stock didn't produce any move, right? 2%. So, or it had pretty much more than that, 3, 4, 5 times more than baked in. So that's why I'm going to be watching overall even S&P 500 sideways moves. But again, if we get going, we'll definitely come back and take a look. But so far, that's what I'm watching for TSLA. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.